The big surprise. The big room was full of different aliens. They all looked funny. Some had big eyes, some had long arms, and some were just weird blobs. They were all part of the Galactic Council. Today was supposed to be a boring day with lots of talking about space stuff. Zork, a green alien with 3 eyes, was the boss of the meeting. He talked in a slow, boring voice. "Next on our list is trade routes in the Orient sector," he said. Many aliens started to close their eyes. Some were playing with their gadgets. No one cared about trade routes. Suddenly, the big doors burst open. A small blue alien ran in. He looked scared and out of breath. Everyone woke up and looked at him. "What's wrong, Blip?" Zork asked, surprised. Blip tried to catch his breath. "Big news, humans," he said between deep breaths. Now everyone was interested. Humans were the new kids in space. They had only joined the Galactic Council 50 years ago. That's very short in space-time. "What about the humans?" a big rock-like alien asked. Blip finally caught his breath. "They built a huge warship," he shouted. The room went crazy. Aliens were yelling, jumping, and waving their arms, if they had arms. "Impossible," shouted one alien. "They're too new for that," yelled another. Zork banged his hammer thing. "Quiet. Let Blip speak." Blip pulled out a small device. He pressed a button, and a big picture appeared in the air. It showed a massive ship. It was black and scary looking. It had big guns all over it. "This is what our spies saw near Earth," Blip said. "It's called a Dreadnought. It's the biggest warship ever built." The room went quiet. Everyone was shocked. Zork looked angry. "This is against the rules," he said. "New species can't build big warships. It's not fair." A tall, skinny alien stood up. "Maybe the humans want to attack us," she said. Many aliens nodded. "We should attack them first," shouted a big, hairy alien. "No, we should talk to them," said a small, wise-looking alien. Zork banged his hammer again. "We need to be smart about this," he said. "First, we need to know more." He turned to Blip. "Call the human ambassador. Tell her to come here right now." Blip nodded and ran out. The room was full of worried talk. Aliens were scared. Humans were supposed to be weak and new. But now they had a super big, scary ship. What did it mean? Some aliens thought humans wanted to take over. Others thought humans were just scared and wanted protection. No one knew for sure. After a while, Blip came back. "The human ambassador is on her way," he said. "She'll be here in 1 hour." Zork nodded. "Good. We'll take a break and meet back here in 1 hour," he said. As the aliens left the room, they couldn't stop talking about the human ship. Many were scared. Some were angry. A few were excited. One small alien whispered to his friend, "Maybe humans are smarter than we thought." His friend nodded. "Or maybe they're more dangerous," he said. In 1 hour, they would all find out. The human ambassador would have to explain this big surprise. The future of the galaxy might depend on what she said. As the aliens waited, they all had one big question in their minds. What were the humans up to? The next hour would change everything. The boring meeting had turned into the most exciting day in Galactic Council history. And it was all because of the humans and their giant, mysterious warship. "Humans, speak up." 1 hour later, all the aliens were back in the big room. They were waiting for the human to arrive. The room was noisy. Everyone was talking about the big human ship. Suddenly, the doors opened. A human woman walked in. She was Amanda Chen, Earth's ambassador. She looked calm and confident. As Amanda walked to the front, the aliens went quiet. Some looked angry. Others looked scared. Amanda didn't seem bothered. Zork, the 3-eyed alien boss, spoke first. "Ambassador Chen, you know why you're here?" Amanda nodded. "Yes, I do. You found out about our new ship." "New ship?" a hairy alien shouted. It's a monster. Amanda smiled. It's big, yes, but it's not a monster. Zork banged his hammer. Quiet, please, he said. Then he looked at Amanda. Ambassador, building such a big warship is against our rules. What do you have to say? Amanda took a deep breath. First, it's not just a warship, it's also a science ship and a rescue ship. The aliens started whispering to each other. This was new information. But why so big? Asked a small, curious alien. Good question, Amanda said. We humans are new to space. We're small compared to many of you. We needed a ship that could protect us, but also help us explore and learn. A blue alien stood up. But why keep it a secret? He asked. Amanda looked a bit embarrassed. We didn't mean to. We got excited and worked fast. We were going to tell everyone soon. Some aliens nodded. They understood being excited about new things. Tell us more about this ship, Zork said. Amanda pressed a button on her wrist. A big 3D picture of the ship appeared in the air. This is the HSS Hope, she said. Yes, it has weapons. But look here. She pointed to different parts of the ship. These are science labs. These are hospital rooms. And these are special rescue pods. The aliens looked closely. The ship was still scary, but now they saw it was more than just a war machine. How did you build it so fast? Asked a rock-like alien. It usually takes centuries to make ships like this. Amanda smiled. That's where human creativity comes in. We thought differently. We used new materials. We worked together in new ways. She waved her hand, and the picture changed. Now it showed humans working on the ship. It looked small next to the big parts. See, we're not giants. We're not super strong. But we're good at solving problems, Amanda said. The aliens watched, fascinated. They saw humans using strange tools and machines to build the huge ship. But what if you use this ship to attack us? A scared alien asked. Amanda shook her head. We don't want to fight. We want to be friends. This ship is for protection and exploration. We'll use it to help, not hurt. She looked around the room. Think about it. If we wanted to attack, why would I be here talking to you? Many aliens nodded. It made sense. Zork spoke up. Ambassador Chen, thank you for explaining. But we still have concerns. We need to inspect this ship. Amanda smiled. Of course. We'd be happy to show you around. In fact, why don't you send a team to Earth? You can see the ship and meet more humans. The room was quiet for a moment. Then aliens started talking excitedly. Visit Earth. See the big ship up close. It sounded interesting. Zork banged his hammer. Quiet, please. We will discuss this idea. He looked at Amanda. Thank you, Ambassador. Please wait outside while we talk. Amanda nodded and left the room. As soon as she was gone, the aliens started talking all at once. Some were still scared. Others were curious. A few were even excited. One thing was clear. The humans had surprised them all. First with their big ship, and now with their open invitation. As the aliens argued about what to do next, they all wondered, what other surprises did the humans have in store? Aliens, check it out. A week later, a big alien spaceship flew towards Earth. Inside were 5 important aliens from the Galactic Council. They were chosen to check out the humans' big ship. The alien team leader was Zork, the 3-eyed green alien. With him were Blip, the small blue alien who first saw the human ship. Crag, a big rock-like alien who was good with machines. Cinna, a tall, skinny alien who knew a lot about space laws. Gloop, a blob-like alien who was an expert on weapons. As they got close to Earth, they saw something huge in orbit. It was the HSS Hope, the humans' big ship. Even though they knew it was big, seeing it up close was shocking. It's enormous, Blip said, his eyes wide. Crag nodded. I've never seen anything like it, he said, sounding impressed. Cinna looked worried. It's definitely against size regulations, she muttered. Zork stayed quiet, just staring at the massive ship. Their ship landed at a human spaceport. When they got out, they saw a group of humans waiting. In front was Amanda Chen, the human ambassador they met before. "Welcome to Earth," Amanda said with a big smile. "We're excited to show you around." The aliens looked around. Everything on Earth seemed small compared to that big ship in space. Amanda led them to a fast train. "This will take us to the HFY Hope construction site," she explained. As they traveled, the aliens saw human cities, forests, and oceans. Earth was very different from their home worlds. Finally, they arrived at a huge building. It was as big as a mountain. Amanda grinned at the aliens' surprised faces. "This is where we built the Hope," she said. "Let's go inside." Inside, it was like a different world. Humans in special suits were working on big machine parts. Robots moved around, carrying heavy things. It was noisy and busy. Crag got excited. "Look at those machines. I've never seen technology like this." Amanda nodded. "We had to invent new ways to build such a big ship," she explained. They took a fast elevator up to a high platform. From there, they could see the whole construction area. Gloop made a surprised sound. "Those aren't regular weapons," he said, pointing at some big gun-like things. "You're right," Amanda said. "They're multi-purpose. They can be weapons if we need to defend ourselves, but they're also tools for mining asteroids and clearing space junk." Xena looked impressed. "That's quite clever," she admitted. They spent hours looking at different parts of the ship and the construction site. The aliens asked many questions, and the humans answered them all. Blip was fascinated by the ship's science labs. "You can do so much research with these," he said excitedly. Crag couldn't stop looking at the engines. "The power these must have," he muttered, shaking his head in awe. Even Xena seemed less worried now. "Your safety systems are very thorough," she told Amanda. At the end of the tour, they went to a meeting room. Amanda looked at the aliens. "So, what do you think?" she asked. The aliens looked at each other. Then Zork spoke. "It's impressive," he said slowly. "But I still have questions. Why do you need such a big ship? Are you planning to explore far away?" Amanda nodded. "Yes, that's part of it. The Hope can travel farther than any ship before, but it's also a symbol." "A symbol of what?" Blip asked. "Of humanity's dreams," Amanda said. "We want to show the galaxy that we're here to help, to learn, and to be good neighbors." The aliens were quiet for a moment. Then Gloop spoke up. "I believe them," he said. "This ship isn't built for war. It's built for adventure." The other aliens slowly nodded. Even Zork seemed to relax a little. "We'll need to make a full report to the Council," Zork said. "But I think we can say that the humans' intentions seem good." Amanda smiled. "Thank you for giving us a chance," she said. "We hope this is the start of a great friendship between humans and the rest of the galaxy." As the aliens left Earth, they couldn't stop talking about what they'd seen. The HFY Hope wasn't just a ship. It was a whole new way of thinking about space travel. They all wondered, what would the humans do next? And how would it change the galaxy? Everyone gets nervous. A month after the aliens visited Earth, things in the galaxy were getting tense. The news about the humans' big ship, HFY Hope, had spread everywhere. Some aliens were scared. Others were angry. A few were excited. But everyone was talking about it. On the planet Zorbax, home of the Galactic Council, things were busy. Zork, the green three-eyed alien, was in his office. He looked tired. His communication screen was beeping nonstop. "Another message from the Blobians," his assistant said. "They want to know if humans are planning to invade their planet." Zork sighed. "Tell them no for the 100th time," he said. Just then, a new message came in. It was from Crag, the rock-like alien who had visited Earth. "Zork, we have a problem. Crag said. The Dracons are talking about attacking Earth. Zork's 3 eyes went wide. The Dracons were a tough warrior-like species. They loved to fight. Why? Zork asked. They say the humans are too dangerous, Crag explained. They want to destroy the HFY Hope before humans can use it. Zork felt worried. If the Dracons attacked Earth, it could start a big space war. Meanwhile, on Earth, things weren't much better. Amanda Chen was in a meeting with Earth's leaders. The Galactic Council is getting more and more messages about us, she said. Many alien species are scared of the Hope. But we told them it's not for war, one leader said. Amanda nodded. Yes, but some don't believe us. And others think we might change our minds later. Another leader spoke up. Maybe we should send the Hope out on a mission. Show everyone it's for exploration, not war. That's risky, Amanda said. Some aliens might see it as a threat if we fly the Hope near their planets. As they talked, a message came in. Amanda read it and looked worried. The Dracons are threatening to attack us, she said. The room went quiet. Everyone knew about the Dracons. They were scary and had a lot of weapons. What should we do? Someone asked. We need to be ready, Amanda said. But we also need to show we don't want to fight. Back in space, other aliens were picking sides. Some supported the humans. Others thought the humans were dangerous. On the planet Blob, home of the blob-like aliens, Gloop was trying to calm his people. I've been on the human ship, he said. It's not made for war. It's amazing. We should be friends with humans, not afraid of them. But many Blobians were still scared. What if the humans change their minds? They asked. What if they decide to use their big ship to take over the galaxy? On the rocky planet Kragnar, Crag was having a similar problem. He was excited about human technology, but his people were nervous. Humans built that huge ship so fast. One Kragnarian said, what if they build more? They could have a whole fleet before we know it. Crag tried to explain that humans were friendly, but many didn't listen. In her office on Zorbax, Cinna was looking at space laws. She was trying to find a way to keep peace, but it wasn't easy. The Hope is bigger than our laws allow, she muttered. But it's not just a warship. Our laws didn't think of ships like this. As all this was happening, the HSS Hope floated in orbit around Earth. Its crew was nervous too. They had worked hard to build this amazing ship. Now it seemed like it might cause a war instead of helping explore space. Captain Maria Santos looked out at the stars from the Hope's bridge. She wondered what would happen next. Would they get to explore new worlds? Or would they have to defend Earth from angry aliens? Captain, her first officer said, we're getting a message from Earth. The Dracons. They're on their way here. With warships. Maria took a deep breath. This was the moment they had all been worried about. Alert the crew, she said. And contact Earth. It's time to show the galaxy what the Hope can really do. As the message spread, everyone in the galaxy held their breath. Humans, aliens, friends, and enemies all wondered the same thing. What would happen when the Dracons reached Earth? Would there be war or peace? And what role would the mysterious HSS Hope play in what came next? A bigger problem shows up. The galaxy was on edge. The Dracon warships were getting closer to Earth. Everyone thought a big fight was about to start. But then something strange happened. Deep in space, far from any planets, an old satellite suddenly woke up. It was huge and shaped like a ring. No one knew it was there. It had been sleeping for millions of years. On the planet Zorbax, alarms started ringing. Zork, the three-eyed alien, ran to the control room. What's happening? He asked. A scared alien pointed at a screen. Something big just appeared in that Psylocke sector. Zork looked. His eyes got wide. That's impossible, he said. Meanwhile, the Dracon ships were almost at Earth. Their leader, General Zhang, was ready to fight. Prepare the weapons, he shouted. We'll show these humans who's boss. But then Zhang's screen lit up. It was Zork calling. "Stop your attack," Zork yelled. "We have a bigger problem." Zhang was angry. What could be bigger than these dangerous humans? He growled. Zork sent him a picture of the giant ring in space. Zhang's mouth fell open. At the same time, on Earth, Amanda Chen got the news. She called Captain Maria Santos on the HS Hope. "Captain, forget about the Dracons," Amanda said. "Something big just showed up in space. We need the Hope's help." Maria was confused. "What about defending Earth?" she asked. "Earth is safe for now," Amanda said, "but the whole galaxy might be in danger." In space, the giant ring started to glow. Strange ships came out of it. They were shaped like giant squids and looked very alien. Zork called an emergency meeting of the Galactic Council. All the important aliens came, even the Dracons. "What we feared has happened," Zork said. "The Ancient Ones have returned." The room got very quiet. Everyone looked scared. "Who are the Ancient Ones?" Amanda asked. She was new to all this. "Gloop, the blob alien," explained. "They're a very old and powerful race. They disappeared millions of years ago. We thought they were just a story. But now they're back," Xina, the law expert, said. "And from what we know, they don't like other aliens in their galaxy." General Zhang stood up. "Then we'll fight them," he roared. Crag shook his rocky head. "Our weapons won't work on their ships. Their technology is too advanced." Everyone started arguing. Some wanted to fight. Others wanted to hide. No one knew what to do. Then Amanda had an idea. "Wait," she said. "What about the Hope?" Everyone looked at her. "The Hope has new technology," Amanda explained. "Maybe it can help against the Ancient Ones." Zork thought about it. "It's risky," he said, "but it might be our only chance." General Zhang growled. "Why should we trust the humans?" "Because we don't have a choice," Zork said. "The Ancient Ones are a threat to all of us." Meanwhile, the squid-like ships of the Ancient Ones were moving through the galaxy. They were destroying everything in their path. On a small planet, a family of aliens watched the sky turn red. "Mommy, I'm scared," a little alien said. "Don't worry," the mother said. "Someone will save us." Back in the council room, the aliens finally agreed. They would ask the humans for help. Zork turned to Amanda. "Can your ship really help us?" he asked. Amanda took a deep breath. "I hope so," she said, "but we'll need everyone's help." She called Captain Maria. "Captain, prepare the Hope," she said. "We're going to save the galaxy." On the Hope, Maria looked at her crew. "This is what we built this ship for," she said, "to help others and explore space. Are you ready?" The crew cheered. They were scared, but also excited. As the Hope prepared to leave Earth, aliens all over the galaxy watched and waited. The ship they once feared was now their only hope. The Ancient Ones were getting closer. The Hope was the galaxy's last chance. Would it be enough to stop the biggest threat the galaxy had ever seen? Everyone held their breath as the HSS Hope flew towards its biggest adventure yet. Humans have to choose. The HSS Hope floated in space, its crew ready for action. But on Earth, things weren't so simple. The planet's leaders were having a big meeting. They had to decide if they should really risk everything to help the aliens. Amanda Chen stood in front of the world's most powerful people. She had just told them about the Ancient Ones and the danger they posed. "So," said the President of the United States, "the aliens who were scared of us now want our help." Amanda nodded. "Yes, and we might be the galaxy's only hope. But why should we risk our lives?" asked another leader. "The aliens didn't trust us before." It was a tough question. Everyone in the room looked worried. Meanwhile, in space, the Ancient Ones were getting closer. Their squid-like ships destroyed everything in their path. On many planets, scared aliens looked to the sky, hoping for help. Back on the Hope, Captain Maria Santos got a message. It was from Earth. "Captain," said a crew member, "Earth's leaders are still deciding what to do." We don't have orders yet." Maria frowned. She knew they didn't have much time. In the council room on Zorbax, the alien leaders were nervous. Zork paced back and forth. "Why haven't the humans answered yet?" he asked. Gloop, the blob alien, looked sad. "Maybe they decided not to help us," he said. Even General Zhang of the Dracons looked worried. "Without the human ship, we don't stand a chance," he growled. On Earth, the debate continued. Some leaders wanted to help the aliens. Others thought it was too dangerous. "If we don't help, the Ancient Ones might come for Earth next," said one leader. "But if we do help, we might lose our only big ship," said another. Amanda listened to everyone. Then she had an idea. "What if," she said, "we don't just help the aliens? What if we lead them?" Everyone looked at her, surprised. "Think about it," Amanda continued. "We have the most advanced ship. We have new ideas. We could unite the galaxy and fight the Ancient Ones together." The room was quiet for a moment. Then, slowly, people started to nod. "It's risky," said the president, "but it could work. And it's the right thing to do." Finally, they took a vote. The result was clear. Earth would help. Amanda quickly sent a message to Captain Maria and the Alien Council. "We're in," she said. "The Hope is ready to lead the fight." On Zorbax, the aliens cheered when they got the news. Even General Zhang looked impressed. "Maybe these humans are braver than we thought," he said. Zork smiled. "They're full of surprises," he agreed. But now they had work to do. Zork called all the alien leaders. "We need to gather our ships," he said. "We'll follow the Hope into battle." All across the galaxy, ships of all shapes and sizes started to move. They were heading to meet the Hope. It was the biggest fleet ever seen. On the Hope, Captain Maria got ready to address her crew. She took a deep breath and turned on the ship's speakers. "Everyone," she said, "Earth has made its choice. We're going to lead the galaxy against the Ancient Ones. It won't be easy. It will be dangerous. But it's the right thing to do." She paused, then continued. "This ship was built to explore and to help others. Now we have a chance to do both. We'll explore parts of space no one has seen in millions of years, and we'll help save the whole galaxy." The crew cheered. They were scared, but also excited and proud. As alien ships started to arrive, the Hope's crew watched in awe. There were ships of all colors and sizes. Some looked like animals, others like crystals or clouds. "Wow," said one crew member. "I never thought we'd see anything like this." Captain Maria nodded. "This is why we joined the Galactic community," she said, "to meet new friends and face new challenges." Just then, a message came in. It was from the Ancient Ones. On the screen, a strange, squid-like creature appeared. It looked angry. "Primitive species," it said in a deep voice. "This galaxy belongs to us. Leave now or be destroyed." Captain Maria stood tall. She looked at her crew, then at the fleet of alien ships around them. She thought of Earth and all the planets counting on them. "This is Captain Maria Santos of the HSS Hope," she said. "We don't want to fight, but we won't let you hurt innocent people. This galaxy is home to many species now, and we'll defend it together." She turned off the screen and looked at her crew. "This is it," she said. "The choice is made. Now let's show the galaxy what humans can do." The Hope's engines roared to life. Around it, thousands of alien ships got ready. Together, they flew towards the Ancient Ones, ready for the biggest battle in galactic history. Humans saved the day. The HSS Hope led a massive fleet of alien ships towards the Ancient Ones. It was an amazing sight. Thousands of ships of all shapes and sizes, flying together. Captain Maria Santos stood on the bridge of the Hope. She looked at the strange squid-like ships of the Ancient Ones. They were huge and scary. "This is it," she said to her crew. "Remember your training. And remember, we're not just fighting for Earth. We're fighting for the whole galaxy." The crew nodded. They were scared, but ready. Suddenly, The Ancient Ones attacked. They fired weird energy beams that could cut through ships easily. Evasive maneuvers, Maria shouted. The Hope moved fast, dodging the beams. But some other ships weren't so lucky. A Drakon ship exploded nearby. We need a plan. Zork's voice came over the radio. Their weapons are too strong. Maria thought fast. She remembered something from the Hope's science labs. Everyone, listen, she said. Their energy beams are made of exotic particles. If we can reverse the polarity of our shields, we might be able to absorb their attacks. Alien ships all around started to change their shields. The Hope's chief engineer worked fast to make it happen. The next time the Ancient Ones fired, something amazing happened. The beams hit the ships but didn't do any damage. Instead, the ships started to glow. It's working. Gloop shouted excitedly. We're absorbing their energy. The Ancient Ones seemed confused. They fired again and again, but couldn't hurt the Allied fleet. Now it was time to fight back. But the Ancient Ones' ships were still too tough for normal weapons. What do we do now? General Zhang growled. We can't hurt them. Maria had another idea. We absorb their energy, right? Let's use it against them. She told the fleet how to modify their weapons to fire the absorbed energy back at the Ancient Ones. The battle was intense. Ships flew everywhere, firing beams of light at the huge squid-like ships. Slowly but surely, the Ancient Ones started to fall back. But the leader of the Ancient Ones was angry. It aimed its biggest weapon at the Hope. Look out, Crag shouted. The weapon fired. A huge beam of energy headed straight for the Hope. Maria made a quick decision. Full power to the shields, she ordered. The beam hit the Hope. The ship shook hard. For a moment, everyone thought it was over. But then, the Hope started to glow brighter and brighter. It had absorbed all that energy. Now, Maria shouted, fire everything. The Hope fired back, using all the absorbed energy. A massive beam shot out, bigger than anything the galaxy had ever seen. It hit the Ancient One's main ship. There was a huge explosion. When the light faded, the big ship was gone. The other Ancient One ships started to retreat. They flew back to their giant ring in space. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then, all at once, every ship in the fleet began to cheer. They had won. On planets all across the galaxy, aliens came out of hiding. They looked up at the sky and celebrated. Back on the Hope, Maria smiled at her crew. We did it, she said. And we did it together. The fleet returned to Earth. There was a big celebration. Aliens from all over the galaxy came to thank the humans. Zork approached Amanda Chen. We were wrong about you, he said. Humans are not a threat. You're heroes. Amanda smiled. We're just happy we could help, she said. This is what we built the Hope for, to bring people together and solve big problems. General Zhang of the Drakons looked impressed. You fight well, he said. We would be honored to be your allies. In the days that followed, things changed in the galaxy. Humans were welcomed everywhere. The Hope became famous as the ship that saved everyone. But it wasn't just about the Hope. Humans had shown the galaxy something important. With creativity, bravery, and teamwork, even the biggest problems could be solved. As for the Ancient Ones, they were gone for now. But their ring was still in space. It would be the first mission of a new, united galactic fleet, led by humans and aliens working together. Captain Maria looked out at the stars from the Hope's bridge. Where should we go next? She asked her crew. A young crew member smiled. Everywhere, she said. We have a whole galaxy to explore. Maria nodded. The Hope's engines powered up. With a flash of light, it jumped into hyperspace, ready for the next big adventure. And so, the humans who were once feared became the heroes of the galaxy. Their journey was just beginning, but one thing was clear: the future was bright and full of hope.